1, 2, 3. Arise, O compatriots, Nigerians follow thee, to serve our fatherland
with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
While we remain standing, we will take the second stanza of the same anthem as our opening prayer at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. O God of creation,
direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and live in just and true. Great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice reign.
Amen. You may take your seats, please. Once more, I am from Nibri, but I joined my colleague here. My name is Oneshi Umoche. I joined a PR colleague here. Together, we'll be anchoring the program today as fast as possible. Though it's an epoch-making event, but we will be as fast as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma. You're welcome. I'll greet you for being here this very moment. We want to introduce the people we have on ground, and we welcome our guests. So I'll be doing with those that we have. I know my mama here will introduce those that come together, our guests together. Our father, who is in charge of this place for now, the president of ANCOP's All Principal in Abuja's chapter, Alhaji Dr. Adam Bello Gupa, is here today, sir. You are welcome. Also here, the lieutenant in this place, the second in command, the vice principal administration, Comrade Mohammed A. Mohammed, is here, sir. You are welcome. I believe those that I need to know from my mama, from my right-hand side here, she'll let me know. And for those of you that don't know her, she mentioned her name briefly. This is Oneshi Umochi.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In public relations, we find one, we find a family. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. From the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, we are here today led by the man who pilots the affairs in the institute. He is none other than Professor SAMSON, DUNA. You're welcome, sir. He's here with the management team. Next to him, close to him, is Mrs. Ifoma Jude Iloma. She's a director in the Admin and Personnel Department. Mr. Ignatius Onwusiri is the director of the Finance and Accounts Department. Next to the DG also is Mr. Daniel Makava. He's the director of the Consultancy and Extension Services Department. Engineer Isa Densala is the head of the Procurement and Maintenance Department. The man who is doing his job there as a photographer, you can see, is the director of the Planning and Information Technology Department, Mr. Kende Arabi. You're welcome, sir. Other staff in the institute, management, top management staff we have are Mr. Sunday Dika. He's from the Admin and Finance Department. The protocol head, the protocol capacitated of the Director General, Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Aisha Yakubu. Behind, we have staff from the Consultancy and Extension Department. We have Mrs. Grace El Kanak. Espina. I beg your pardon. We have Builder Adamu. He's also here with us. Standing as also a photographer, doubling as the special advisor to the DG on social media, is Mr. Richard Makava. You're welcome. Mr. Victor Olotu is the Institute's photographer. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. Can you put your hands together for them once again? It's good to have you here. The representative of the director and secretary, FCT Secondary Education Board, is here. HOD Planning and Development, FCT Secondary Education Board, Alhaji Babakau. So you are welcome. Also with him here is Engineer Kabir Ibrahim, Project Officer, Kuje Area Council. You are welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Because of time, we'll be fast, but as we have dignitaries coming, we'll introduce them. We are here today to officially give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. We're handing over a 3-bedroom bungalow to the management of the government secondary school, Kuje. It's a beautiful setting. A round of applause for the school, please. Immediately, I'll call on the principal of the school, who will give us the welcome address, Malam Adam Bello Bupak. You're welcome, sir.
An address by the principal government secondary school, Kuje, Abuja, on the commissioning of a 3-bedroom flat donated by the Nigerian Building Road Research Institute on the 8th of August 2022. Standing on the existing protocol as usual. I am glad and elated on this day of dedication and commissioning of this enormous offer of a befitting 3-bedroom accommodation for the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute. It is true in the saying of one-time Prime Minister of England, Churchill wisdom, that the power of love is like the power of housing someone. We have really demonstrated and painted the reality of love and sacrifice by this donation today. With an open heart and hand being raised for receiving, I gladly accept this offer with full appreciation and big thank you to all the partners that made this a reality under my tenure as the principal of this school. I will now and always promise to receive it, maintain it, take care of it, and make it show use of it accordingly. Not to behave like Oliver Twist, but I want to add more message to the management of the Nigerian Building Road Research Institute that we have more need of this type, and as long as our desire and quest to help continues, our vast land can still accommodate more of this type whenever you wish to help to accommodate resident teachers, because you need more staff quarters in GSS Kuje. I sincerely give great thanks to the Almighty God, whom His own calendar have chosen this event of commissioning to take place today. I appreciate the Director General of the organization, Professor SAMSON DUNA, and his management team, the executive contractor, Alhaji Akilu Mohammed, the project manager and supervisors. Thank you for the good gesture and job well done. I cannot conclude without rendering my heartfelt and great appreciation to the FCT Secondary Education Board officials for creating the enabling environment for this partnership donation to be cited here in GSS Kuje. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all the sacrifices, contributions, and donations. May you all enjoy the fruit of your labor. Long live Government Secondary School Kuje. Long live FCT Secondary Education Board. Long live Federal Capital Territory. Long live the Nigerian Building Road Research Institute. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Oliver Twist lived a long time ago, but he's still very active. I believe the DG has heard. He has a very good listening here. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll call on the director will present it, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Permit me to stand on already established protocol. My able DG, this is the second time we are meeting. I remember in our meeting at Model Secondary School, Maitama, I think the then representative of the director, he mentioned the Oliver Twist but once. That is why we're having one. But this time around, I wanted to mention that Oliver Twist, as the president already mentioned, more than 10 times, because we have more than 80 schools that are existing. Thank you very much, sir, for a job well done. Actually, this magnificent building we are seeing here, we have a similar one in Model Secondary School, Maitama, and it's housing some of our staff and the youth corpers, because we used to have this issue. Whenever you send the youth corper, we will run away because there's no accommodation for him or for her. But with this, I think you'll be seeing so many of them trying to be posted to government secondary school today because they have a place to stay. Sir, permit me to ask the Oliver Twist, we will still do it in a different way. Yes, sir. Because we have cluster centers in our schools. We have about 6 cluster centers. I think Kuje is one of the cluster centers under Kuje area council. What is the function of these cluster centers? They are training youth in different fields of craft. And I believe building is one of it. So if I could remember, the building that was built in the Model Secondary School, Maitama, is a bulletproof. And the material used is a jointless building. And the materials are available. There's no place you go, you will not see this type of board. But what do we need is the machineries to produce these bricks. If the DG that is here will help with all these machinery so that we will be coaching our teaming youth so that they will not be useless in the society. When they leave, they can be producing these bricks and blocks. And we can have cheap houses in our own environment that's affordable to the common. So, sir, at this point, I would like to say a very big thank you. I'm representing my director who was she's supposed to be here, but because of one thing or another, she was engaged. That is why she asked me to present her here. So on her behalf, sir, I want us to partner, even in terms of the research, building research, the materials. It is always good to have what is it good for our own buildings, so that we will not send it to our own business, so that our school can benefit from it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The DG CEO, first we have accommodation and then we have job creation coming in. Thank you very much, sir. Indeed, accommodation, housing is one of the basic necessities of life. I'll now call on the contractor who has graciously, judiciously worked on this project to give us a brief on what this is all about.
Thank you. My name is Alaji Isa Yusuf, representing the contractor, Mass Farm Resources Nigeria Limited. I'm representing the managing director, Dr. Alhaji Akilu Mohammed, and he has written a speech that I would like to read. Thank you very much. The Director General, the Principal and Management, remarks by the Managing Director of Mass Farm Integrated Resources Limited, Dr. Ilu Mohammed, the commissioning ceremony of a 2-bedroom apartment constructed by Nigerian Building and Rural Research Institute, NIBRI, at Government Secondary School, Kuje, the FCT. Let me first start by congratulating the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Building Road Research Institute, Professor SAMSON DUNA, the management of the institute, as well as that of Government Secondary School Kuje, for giving Masfam Integrated Resources Limited the opportunity to be part of this occasion. Mine is a simple task this afternoon as a contractor to this illustrious project. I would like you, on behalf of the board and the senior manager of Masfam, thank you for taking the time to be with us here today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today you will hear from the founders of this new building technology, NIBRI, who are the regulators of building and road materials. They will definitely touch on the inspiration behind this project and their passion and zeal for using alternative building materials at reducing cost of building in Nigeria. You will also hear from the DG and Chief Executive Officer, Professor SAMSON DUNA. I'm sure he will recount his institute's research efforts in the development of new technology for molding red bricks aimed at affordable housing and plans for the future. Lastly, we will also hear from the FCT, or rather the Minister FCT, who will no doubt reveal the plans of his office and the government to also highlight ways in which the private sector can collaborate with government. In the face of all this, there is very little for me to add, and in truth, looking around, I think we can see we are here. I mean, what we see here speaks for itself. Today is not a day for grand speeches or ceremony. It should be seen as a call to action. I have always personally felt that the housing sector would benefit largely from scaling, from scalability, that is project scale. This is something that I'm very passionate about, and is something I can assure you Masfam Integrated Resources Limited will be involved in going forward. The trick for executing such projects has been balancing the exposure to risk and the desire of the contractors to exit quickly and recover their funds. This has always led to large projects with poor planning and quality, which only help to increase the slump ratio. When you are confronted with this reality, whom you associate with, whom you pick to become your partners, is just as telling. At this juncture, I would like to passionately appeal to all stakeholders, particularly the science and technology community, that we should rally around this technology and innovation developed by NIBRI for real assessment, improvement, and popularization for the benefit of Nigeria's building industry. Today, we are happy to have found able and equal partners in Masfam Homes. Masfam Homes have done is to offer turnkey products as well as houses that will give the homeowner the chance to finish the home how the way they choose it. Ladies and gentlemen, this innovative approach designed by NIBRI reduces the cost of home and will ultimately give so many people access to home ownership, give them a sense of partnership in delivering, and give them control over how and when they own their homes. We are just as happy that in the Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation, we have an administration committed to research and providing affordable housing for all Nigerians on such a meaningful scale. To our legislators, if they're here, we hope today you can visualize and appreciate the impact that your funding can have, the reach we can achieve, the amount of rules we can put over to so many families. Once again, I welcome you all here today and thank you for being part of today's proceedings. God bless you all and thanks for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We have a chain representation here. The minister is not here. The board chairman is represented. But in place of that, Alhaji Babakau is here. He's representing the director of the Secondary Education Board. Permit me because of time, I will give you a little time to give a goodwill message. But that will be after the man, the visionary of this building, says a word on it, how it works, and why we are here today. The Director General, Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, Professor SAMSON DUNA.
I thought the director would be given the opportunity to say a word or two, because once I say a word or two, we are going for commissioning. But all the same, the principal of this school, because I have to start with you, knowing fully well that you are all in this location. The Director General representing the Director of Basic Secondary Schools here, the able Vice Principal, they spoke about you, that you are a comrade. From the look of things, you are a comrade, I can see. I don't know why staffs were not introduced, because obviously I continue to respect teachers. Teachers means a lot to me. Anytime I'm moving, when I see my teacher, I come down of it. Even if I'm on a bicycle, I have to come down to appreciate my teacher. So, teachers of this wonderful school, I want to acknowledge you for doing a wonderful job. And for this school to be standing, you are doing your job. If teachers are not doing their job, the principal wouldn't have been even here. So teachers, kudos, I have topped up my hand for all of you. And let me come back home. The directors and management staff of Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, anytime I have opportunity of speaking, I always acknowledge them, because they are my foot soldiers, very hardworking, looking agile, and they are always there to support me. I openly appreciate your contribution and your support towards how NIBRI is doing. Other staff of NIBRI, good afternoon, everybody. I want to start by apologizing to the principal and the entire staff. We are supposed to have been here earlier, but sincerely speaking, my attention was drawn on this event only around 11:30. Last week, when the issue of commissioning came up, the suggested date was Friday, but by then my attention was asked the question. We are here to hand over this masterpiece called 3-bedroom building to the management headed by the principal of Government Secondary School, Kuje, for them to start using it. This building came as a result of our research finding. NIBRI is called Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute. And when something is called a research institute, it's basically an investigative authority, investigative body. We investigate with the hope of bringing solution. And part of what we did was to investigate the problem associated with building. We discovered that one area that is making building to be very high is the material that's making the building. Some will tell you it's the land, but cost of material plays a vital role. And one of the material we are talking about is this compressed earth blocks that is coming in form of a natural material you can see. This material is obtained basically from natural sand or laterite with very small percentage of cement added to it as a binder. And this cement, you mix them in a certain ratio, you put it in a machine, you compress it, then you allow it to cure. It takes some time to cure. And after curing, you come and apply it by building. In course of applying it, you don't need to put mortar to join them. You always interlock them the way they are. And the good thing about it is that you can deconstruct it. What I mean deconstruct it, you can remove it. You can move it to an area of your choice and it will not be destroyed or damaged. That's the good thing about this technology. And this technology, as we are talking about, initially we started in form of collaboration with a body in South Africa called Hydroform. And when we started together, it was a very good working relationship. Then we discovered that how can we be dependent on machines that is coming from another country? We said, no, let's see how we can start doing something on our own. So instead of importing the machine, we told them, send us some knockout parts. so that when we come to Nigeria, we assemble the machines ourselves. We did that for some time. After we have managed and mastermind the machines production, we said, no, stop. This time around, we want to start producing our machines ourselves. So I'm happy to inform all of us that as of today, Libri has gone ahead and we have produced our machines and we are still producing our machines as of today. So it is this one of the machines that we produce that end up bringing this product that we use today on this site. The technology is very simple. Even unskilled person can also adapt to the technology very well. Someone that did not know how to read or write, but he can be taught the idea in terms of the procedure of doing things. It is very simple. You mix and you get a product at the end. And even the technology of interlocking them is equally very easy. Unskilled person can know it. So the idea behind it is to make accommodation or building affordable. So I want to appreciate people that have worked on this. As of today, the investigation is still going on how to modify the property of these blocks. In just recently, we were able to produce these blocks using different materials called pozzolana. We added pozzolana to the laterite, and it came out very fine in terms of the beauty. The beauty is looking far better than what your eyes see. The next question is, what is this pozzolana? This is not a class for me to start teaching, but all this thing is good because it's informative. Are we not together? Yeah. Hello? Yeah. The idea of the pozzolana is basically to be used as cement supplement. You agree with me that last 2 years the cost of cement was a little bit high. It was like far beyond a common man's reach. A bag of cement, which is 50 kg, was sold at the cost of 2003 to 2005. But last 2 years, it went up to even 5,000 naira. And it couldn't go back to 2.5 up to today. It is now from 3.9, 3.8, and sometimes 4,002 to 4,003. So you can agree with me that the cost of cement is an issue or a problem in our society today. And anything that will reduce the cost of cement will end up reducing the cost of the entire building. True or false? True. And take a visit to an industry where cement is produced. One thing that will catch your eye is the emission of gases that goes to the atmosphere, trying to cause the level of pollution to be high, because anywhere they are producing cement, there are a lot of gases that goes out to the atmosphere, causing a lot of pollution in the society. So Nibri, in its own technology, came up with ways of supplementing cement by producing a material called pozzolana. This pozzolana, you can produce it from agricultural waste, or you can produce it from scoria. Scoria is these simple stones that we use in cleaning our leg. These perforated stones. Do you know those stones? Yes. These stones, you can see them, they are very, very precious. When you pack these stones, we have a lot of deposits of such stones in Jos, in Mango, in Keran area. So when we pack these stones, we grind them to certain fineness in line with cement. Cement has some degree of fineness when you touch it, when you have a feeling in your own hand. So this pozzolana, we mix them in certain proportion with cement. 70% cement, 30% pozzolana. You mix them, you bag them. It is the same thing as cement. It ends up reducing the cost of cement. Instead of using 100 bags, you end up using 70. So if we can put our effort in the use of this pozzolana, the level of pollution in the society will be reduced. The cost of cement will come down. The cost of building will also be friendly. So we are a research institute. We are undergoing research to investigate, to see the best way how things are used in the society. So today we have come up with this masterpiece to give donation with respect to a school called Government Secondary School, Kuje. The idea of it is that I've seen responses with respect to requests. One of the requests by my own friend, which we met twice, were in my time together with him. He made the same Oliver Twist request, and today my friend is also making an Oliver Twist request.
More than once.
The principal also made Oliver Twist request. I said, okay. There is nowhere we go that this request is not. We are so used to the Oliver Twist request. So for you, someone to be making Oliver Twist request, it means that that thing is loved, that thing is precious, that thing is important, that thing is valued by you, and you feel you need more. You said you have land. Where is your land? Okay. Ah. You can see the good thing is that they are showing you the land they have. Wonderful. That is good. Mr. Principal, in as much as this is part of our research, we are giving it out with respect to our responsibility and our mandate. In line with our corporate social responsibility, we do that. I could have loved to even come and build a hostel for you. Wow. I could have loved to come and even create a workshop for you, build classroom for you. But my only hindrance is the budgetary provision. Every item you give as a chief executive, there must be a budget to back it up. And nobody gives you a budget without an envelope. When I mean an envelope, is that the maximum value will be given to you. If they give you 1 billion, everything will be on that 1 billion. You do 6 geopolitical zone, you do this, you buy equipment, people travel out of it, you do this, everything is on your 1 billion. So you can see it is not easy for a chief executive to take a decision as far as that decision is not in the budget. It becomes a fraud. And you see them coming to arrest me in the FCC and ICPC. So this is not the bone of thing. But the idea is that I love the idea of coming to give. And if you are giving, you are adding value to the life of the children. They grow using it and so on and so forth. But all the same, let's have a deal. Nibri produce these machines and sell. Buy one, we give you one dash. Wow. That's a very good deal. If they can come and buy one, the institute will look at way of giving you one free of charge. Coming to buy, come and buy. This is the where director Bakava Daniel. Can you stand up? This is the person you will see him. I've made commitment, even request at our own detriment. Let's look at it. They should come and buy one. When you buy one, we give you, it means it tells us that you are really committed. Yes. So that will really help and encourage. After all, the children were trained when they did this. Thank you very much. So, big team, when you buy one, it tells us that you are serious. We can close our eyes at our own detriment and look for one and give you. So that, the director, this is one area I will tell you. The other area is the area of training. When you buy our equipment, people from CAS will come and train them. Isn't it, Makava? Yes. We'll come and have collaboration with you and train you so that you continue to use these facilities the way it is. So this is, sorry, I've been talking for long, and I don't want to take much time because very soon the rain will come. But the idea of this thing is basically for you to use it. In line with what we have done similar projects in following schools, for you, just for your noting. We're able to do something like this at Government Girls Secondary School, Kuje. Government, do you have? Yes. Oh, there is science. Yes. Government Girls Science Secondary School, Kuje. We did something similar. Kuje, you people are lucky. This part we did for the girls, we did this one only boys. No, boys and girls. There is boys and girls here, and the other one there is only girls. Yes. And you want more again, Kuje? Yes. Hi, principal. Hi. Now, wow. In fact, we are doing not necessarily Kuje, sir. Okay. That is why I say we have more than 80 schools. 80 schools. Thank you, Director. We have them scattered all over the area councils. But Kuje, we were able to benefit at least 2 for now. Yes. We did one in Government Secondary School, Maitama, where our director we met at that location. Yes. We did one at Government Girls Junior Secondary School, Amak Estate, along Amak. We did one there. We did one at Government Science Technical College, Orozo. Last 2 weeks we were there for commissioning. And we did one at Government Secondary School, Kuchingoro. Yeah, we did one there. So DIPRI we'll be opening our arms out of our meager resources. We've been trying to touch life by telling people that this is what we do. I would have loved you to help us. Write to your minister that this is what DIPRI has been doing. So that anytime we go to see your minister, the minister will welcome us with open arms. I don't want this information to be kept within the school. I'm talking to you, Director. Compile this list of schools, write to the minister, so that the minister will see the impact of what DIPRI is doing. So that anytime we go begging in terms of land, the minister will say, this institute or this agency have been touching lives in its own constituency. So you will help us by dragging and compiling the list and writing the minister that this is what we have been doing, this is what we're able to do, and at least anytime he sees us, he will see us with a good face. So in that light manner, we would like to hand over the mic. But today, we are privileged that since the director is here, he will be the special guest of honor that is going to cut the tape so that will instigate him to write the letter to the minister. So, once again, I want to really appreciate everybody for have come. And our principal, I don't want to tell you what you are going to use this thing for, but I want to plead before we cut the tape. Maintenance culture is very, very important. No matter what it is, periodically we are going to come and assess this building. If you are not maintaining this building the way it is, we are not going to be happy. I don't know what you intend to use it, but I can see the director has pointed it out that where he came from before in Maitama, it was used as a corpus lodge. I don't know what you intend to do. In one of the community we went to, when we mentioned corpus lodge, they say, wait, the teacher don't get place to sleep, now corpus will get place to sleep. That it should be used as a staff quarters. But please, when we do something, we don't have to compel you, this is what you intend to do. But use it judiciously, that is our own. Take care of it in terms of maintenance. Ensure that maintenance starts the day you enter. Don't allow it to take long before you start maintaining it. Because even the president, he has signed one presidential order on maintenance. That maintenance is what is being put in use. Go to the library. Any book you see that is teared by tattered, that's one of the best books. Because people do what? They use it. When you see a very new book in the library, nothing in that book. That book is not important. A book that is patronized, you see it really teared. Maintenance has to do with an infrastructure that is always put in use. So I want to appeal to you to ensure that you put this building into good maintenance work so that anytime we come and see the thing is good, it will help us to do more. So in conclusion, I would like this time to invite the director, let's go forward, to cut the tape.
On behalf of SAMSON Resources Limited, I'm glad and happy to present the key to this edifice to the DG for the use of government secondary school Kuje. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I've collected the key. I'll hand over the key to FCT. Who is the president? You are both. Then the FCT to the board. Since the FCT is not here, I'll give you for onward presentation to the principal. Because the principal is the end user. So on behalf of the DG and entire staff of Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, this is one area that we are touching lives in terms of corporate social responsibility. And I believe this structure that we are donating today will add value to the education of the children in this country. You might not say your child is here or not, but all children, you don't know where you are going to get this children. There might be governors, there might be senators tomorrow, and who knows, the president is coming from there. So this is what we are doing to add value to their lives. So on behalf of the Institute, I'm presenting this key to you for onward presentation to the principal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Welcome, sir. So, really appreciate the invitation for the member education to CSR. It's one of the things we have been expecting, and I think it's really well. Thank you very much. My dear brother, principal, on behalf of FCTA, all end user, you have heard, and we know you as a champion of maintenance culture. Hard work you have said. I'm handing over this key to you for your digital use, and please don't forget the maintenance culture of this statue for the next 40 years. Thank you.
So thank you. The director, you can.
In the name of Allah, most beneficial, most merciful. DG, as we have always said, we expect to see more and more and more of this type in most of our schools. Amen.
Amen. So give it to the contractor. Contractor, you are still the. You can open it so that we go through. Then we'll make observations. Then you have.
Of provided land. And I also thank the staff and management of NIBRI for having the wherewithal to provide this. I thank everybody, the teachers, especially the teachers. And my DG mentioned the teachers. Today, I was a bit late to work because I had to go and appreciate my children's teachers. I told them that after God, the next people are teachers. If you can write your name, thank your teacher. Yes, from the cradle, they start teaching you and they are never tired. They are the most patient group of people we have on it. So we thank you, teachers. Thank you, everybody that came here for this occasion. God bless you.
If I will have the way to make it to be motorized so that I can drive it to my village and just plant it there. So I want to say the neighboring company should also look a way forward and capture us, we teacher, along and see how we can bring it to light to be motorized so that we can take this building to any corner of the country. We want to thank you, but our thanks cannot be glad without thanking God. And the God that gave you this vision will always multiply the vision so that you can do more of this. And as all the direction I've been saying that Oliver Twist, I will say comradeship. Yes, we need more. And by His grace, I'm going to invite Nigerian Union of Teachers, FCT chapter, to walk around to see this project as it's progressing, because we are also looking for more building for teachers in FCT. Kudos to the company, kudos to the visionary DG, the neighboring company, and all and sundry that are here for this good job. Having this, our children in mind, you are already having the nation at heart. And we believe with all this, Nigeria can grow to be a better place than we thought of. As you have come here safely, so shall you go back to your destination safely. We are wishing you a mercy journey with God protection. Have a wonderful day. We look forward to seeing you again with more structures in GSS project. Thank you very much.
Thank you.